So in this class, we're going to be talking both about microeconomics and macroeconomics, which at some institutions are 2-semester-long courses. We're going to condense all of that into one semester, starting with microeconomics, and then towards the end of the semester, moving on to macroeconomics. So we're going to start at the very fundamental, the most fundamental level, with how do we make choices as individuals? So economists believe that rational individuals make choices by weighing the costs and the benefits, pros and cons. That's simple enough. It means that you take an action if and only if you expect the benefit of that action to be greater than the cost of that action. And for the sake of simplicity, we say that if the benefits and the costs are equal, we'll go ahead and take the action. So we'll take an action if and only if the benefits are at least as great as the costs. Okay, that's simple. That is literally the foundation of everything we will do this semester, and it won't always be that simple. So the next question that you might ask is, how do we measure benefits and how do we measure costs? So we're going to start by thinking about a consumer's problem, because we don't have time this semester to really do consumer choice theory. But we'll do a little bit here to help us introduce rational decision making. So for a consumer, when you have a product, the benefit to you is the happiness you get from owning that product. And in economics, we call that happiness, the value of the product, your utility of the product. All right, so that's interchangeable with happiness that you get from a product. And for the purposes of this class, we won't do too much with utility other than to give it in the problem. So I will say something like, suppose that this product brings you $30 of happiness, which is an odd thing to say in everyday conversation, but is quite normal to say in economics. Because what we're trying to do is make some assumptions about your situation and your incentives, and then see how decision-making plays out in that situation. All right, so we talked a little bit about benefits. Now, the flip side is cost. And normally, if I walked up to you on the street and I said, how much does an apple cost? You would tell me the price. But in economics, the cost and the price are two very different concepts. So cost is not equal to price, because the true cost of something is what you have to give up in order to obtain it. So we think of the cost in economics as the opportunity cost of an action, what you have to give up in order to take that action. And that can be quite different from the price. Of course, if I buy an apple, I have to give up some money, but why do we care about money? We care about money because we can use it to buy something else that we might like. So only by comparing the value of the next best alternative, what would I have bought if I had not bought the apple, can I really understand the cost of buying the apple. All right, in the next video, we'll do a more concrete example of this to see how consumers make choices.